Testing, 1, 2, testing. All right, cool. All right. Good morning. Let's see what we are looking at here. So this morning, get that off of there. This morning, we do have a continuation stock KLTO, but it's continuation. Floating around, looked like it touched 321. Came back down here and is hovering above this 267. So we're gonna see what that wants to end up doing. See what that price is. I want the price to be. Okay. We got KLTO and we got MEGL up as well. Let me go look at what MLGO is up to. Good morning, 8 Mile. MLGO. I only took one trade yesterday. It was of Vero. Wait, was it Vero? Let me go check, man. And I might need to refresh my journal because my journal is tripping. What if I have some filters in here? Nope. Nope. All right, well, we'll come back to it. Anyway, MEGL and KLTO. Looking at this. SEC filings, news. So what it had on yesterday was SEC filing, initial offering by a foreign issuer. Let's go look into this. Magic Empire Global Limited. That sounds real cool, huh? All right. Let's go see. 8 Mile said you'll be listening. All right. I'll try not to talk your ear off. We're looking at a company that's up today 173% that is called Magic Empire Global Limited. Let's see what is going on with this company. MEGL on June 6, 2025. The last reported sale. All right. Investors are cautioned that you are buying shares of BVI Holding Company with operations in Hong Kong. So this has got some ties back to the Chinese. Investing in our class, ordinary shares involves a high degree of risk. So they're telling you investing in our Class A ordinary shares involves a high degree of risk, including the risk of losing your entire investment. Okay, that's everything. That's every investment, so that's not too drastic. Man, they really got a lot of information here, though. Okay, we have agreed to pay the placement agent a commission of 4.5% of the gross proceeds of the offering. We have also agreed to reimburse the placement agent 100. All right, we want to see. They got so much in here. It's just like, bruh, tell us what your news is. Oh, telling us everything but what is going on today. but this is definitely a Chinese stock. May end up going a little crazy. We'll see. Let's go and look at MEGL on the charts. All right, so MEGL has made a move from 137 up to $4, right? And it is already at the highs when everybody is able to trade it. So TOS traders, they can start trading at 6. So it is at the highs right now. And I know a lot of them are going to be waiting for this thing to dip. And probably, so the point of control is down here at 278. And we're going to see if we can get a nice little drop down. But I want to see how crazy this Chinese stock gets. Let me make sure this is a China stock though. MEGL, I'll go over to Yahoo Finance real quick. Magic Empire. All right, so Magic Empire Global Limited provides corporate finance advisory services in Hong Kong. The company provides initial public offering sponsorship, financial and independent financial advisory, and post-listing compliance advisory. It also offers corporate services, which include accounting and financial reporting advisory, company secretarial services, internal control enhancement, investor relations advisory, and other consulting services. The company was incorporated in 2016 and is headquartered in Central Hong Kong. And that's an actual name of a city. It's called Central. Okay. So definitely some China-based pool there. Let me see it's coming up now. Might need to sign out, sign back in, I guess. All right. So that is one of our top movers, and it can probably get super crazy for sure. But I would like to see some kind of competition on the board against it right now because it's kind of peddling the whole show. That's one of the things that I realized while I'm trading is I do a lot better when there's a lot to choose from. When it's like I'm in the grocery store and there's a lot moving. And I can just say, okay, well, where's the catalyst? Okay, well, where's this variable? Where's that variable? But when it's one thing moving, it's just like, it's kind of hard for me. It is kind of hard. Pop it up over here, then maybe it'll work over here. Why does this say, if I go into a private browser, will it open up then? Good morning, Danielle. Yeah, MEGL is up, but it's a Chinese stock and it's up. It was up at the top when trading started for TOS. So I'm kind of scared to see. I want to see what a dip looks like on it. And I want to see some more competition come up on the board too. That would be amazing. The other one we were seeing was from yesterday. It was that KLTO, the one that came from like 10 cents or something. And I don't know how Well, that one's going to end up holding up. Sync that. All right, we got another one called EVGN, just popped up 124%. EVGN. So there's a little bit of competition for MLGO or MLMEGL, my bad. So EVGN with news on today. All right. So let's see what the news is on this one. News on today looks like it announces the completion of first in class. What is this? First in class identifying novel small molecules that meet multiple product criteria, an essential requirement for pharma and agriculture applications. This is an Israeli stock. Okay. So that is two things that I kind of, let's see, EVGN. So yeah, it's out of Rehovot, Israel. Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense. All right. So be careful. We got China and Israel leading the day. And we'll see if anything else wants to compete against these two. Right now, MEGL has 25 million shares traded, and this new one, EVGN, has 5 million shares traded. EVGN is right at $2.70, and then MEGL is at $3.29, both over 100% though. So like I said, these Israeli stocks kind of move weird, man. They don't move straight up or straight down, or if they do, it's like 1 out of 100 that do it. So I kind of have put brakes on for Israel, you know. Now they do during the day, sometimes they'll grind higher and you'll have to hold through a lot of pain. But yeah, I'm not too keen on this one. Let's see if it bounces back down. Yeah, breakout. Somebody bought that breakout and got cooked a little bit right there. It went up and threw a wick up to 319, but a lot of these stocks end up being really, really range bound. So let's see if that happens here. Does that pattern continue? Let me look up what the stock was I traded yesterday, because I don't know why this. Let's see, trader. Might be too early for it, huh? Let's see, trader sync. There we go. Let's see what I traded yesterday here. Okay, it's not just a desktop. It's the computer, the phone too. I got the app in. I got both of them. Both of them are acting slow, so it is what it is. Oh, I know what I traded yesterday. SNPX was what I traded yesterday. SNPX. Let's zoom back here. So I traded it during pre-market when it ripped up here. So I traded it on the break of the 380s going towards the 4. Got in for this ride. I got in 240 shares. It took me up here to like 469 and I was selling the top here. And then it kind of just grinded down and I made the decision. I traded it a little bit around this point, got like maybe 10 extra dollars there. But this pop right here was 160 bucks, and then it was like no 150 bucks, and then this one was like 10 bucks. So I ended the day with like 160. And then I just made the decision once I saw it do this, I was already out, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm done for the day. I just walked away. So it just came down and it went back up during the intraday, but I was gone about my business at this point. We got another one popping in that is a what is this thing? Is this a low float? No, it's not a low float. MGNX has news on today. MNGX, let's go look at that. So right now we got MEGL, EVGN, and MGNX. This is Macro Genetics. What is your news today? So it has they entered a partnership with a royalty agreement with let's see, Micro Genetics receive a 70 million upfront cash payment from Sangard Healthcare Partners. And then they got a cash runaway extended through the first half of 2027. So 2 years into the future, they'll still be getting something. I don't know how detailed this gets, but let's see. Under the terms of the royalty purchase agreement, Macrogenetics received 70 million upfront, following the Sangard's receipt of an aggregate royalty payment of 140. So they received half of this payment up front, and this payment will be spread out over the next 2 years. Okay. Additional information. As of March 31st, Macrogenetics had 154.1 million in cash equivalents, and marketable securities. This balance, combined with the 70 million upfront payment from Sagard, projected and anticipated future payments from partners and anticipated savings. Now, there's a lot of anticipated words here, so this is a lot of future talk. So we'll see how that does during the day. It's up 27%, but we got some 100% movers. I'm just letting y'all know what I see on my scans. It's also it's a million shares traded. Let's look at that float again. That float was 51.27 million and has ATR of 18 on the regular day, 18 cents per day. So we'll see how much that wants to go and doesn't want to be a grinder on today. It does have news catalysts on the day. So we'll see. And let me see where it's originating from. MGNX. Macrogenetics. This one is out of Rockville, Maryland. It's a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company, discovers, develops, and manufactures and commercializes antibody-based therapeutics to treat cancer in the United States. The company's product pipeline includes Lariger. Ooh, man. Well, I'm just not going to read some of these words because they are tongue twisters. Let me see. So, but for the most part, they're targeting what looks like platinum-resistant ovarian cancer, clear cell gynecologic cancer, and let's see what else. So it seems like they're targeting, yeah, those are the main two that I'm seeing. They have some treatment of solid tumors, but for the most part the named ones were ovarian cancer and gynecologic cancer. Okay. So they're up 28%. Let's go look at the charts on these. Let me add this to the watch. MGNX. Okay. Okay. So this one. Was this the Israeli? Yeah, this is the Israeli one again with the false break. Let's see if it ends up pulling back down. ALTO going on down with the wind. Going on down. MLGO, I don't know why I'm saying MLGO. I'm just remembering that other Chinese stock that went crazy. MEGL pulling back right around this 313 level. Has 27 million shares traded on it. But for some reason, KLTO is receiving way more volume. It's got 42 million out here, and then EVGN, just a grinder. You know, not really a big move out of there. Any kind of a dollar, $2 rips out of here, just grinding. It made a one high at 319, then it popped through that to 335, but now it's back under $3. Then MGNX splashing down as well. So it came up to $1. No, it came up to 225-ish level, failed. Then it came up to 250 level and failed. Wow, that's quite a bit of a move down there. Okay. So MGNX looking kind of heavy there. But it does have news on the day, so we'll see how that does. It's up 24%, 25%. So it's kind of a 20% struggler right now. Let's jump back over to EVGN. Looking like, yeah, this is looking like it's going to be a grinder for the day. Popping and dropping, popping and dropping. Let's also flip over to the overall market. The overall market is just small red on today. Let me jump to the 15-minute. All right, so this thing has been trading within this gap fill area for quite a while. This gap fill we had back from January 26th, and bottom side of it is the January 31st. It came and tested both sides, and it's tested the high side twice and failed. So we'll see, does it need to come back down here to the 21,535s, or will it continue to just go sideways in this little channel here? All right, so MGNX with its float it needs to do some work. Look at this 15-minute, how it's pulled back. MGNX, huge top and tails there, and it's cheaper. I don't know if it's gonna get any gasoline later on in the day, but for right now, it's questionable. Let's also look at KLTO 15. Let's look at all these 15 minutes. Actually, let's look at all these dailies. That's what we need to do. So let's go to a daily chart. And let's start with the one with the most volume, KLTO. So KLTO over here, yesterday had a high of 184, currently trading around 242. And this is as much data as I see right now. So the starting point for this was in 2024. So not even 5 years old right now, just barely a year old. Let's go to MEGL. I think it's got more history. So MEGL closed yesterday at 128, now trading around 296. Do we see any obvious places where it can go up to? So right now it's at 299. So let's see where 299 is. 299 is right at the tip of this little wick here. So I'll go ahead and mark that up as a daily level, that $3 daily level, which is kind of just serenading right now. Activate that, and we'll mark it up as a daily level. Okay, so that's the first kind of obvious daily levels at $3. Now, it did do a pop through in the past on, what date was this? This 2025 January. It did a pop, so it's back up here to this $3 level. We'll see what it wants to do. Further than that, that's the closest obvious thing that I see. And then we have down here to the 216s, but we want to see it break and start to hold up. But we'll go ahead and mark this one up too as a daily level. Okay, there was nothing too obvious on KLTO. Let's go to EVGN. So closed yesterday at 113, and now is up to 260s. This is 250 level. Let's zoom back a little bit and see if there's anything obvious in here. Obvious levels that it can go up and touch. Okay. Not super obvious on the daily chart for sure. I mean, and what I mean by obvious is what is something that I can look at the chart and say, man, everybody should see this. Everybody should see this. That's what I'm looking for, and I don't see it on EVGN. Let's go to MGNX. MGNX. Okay, MGNX had a close at 164 yesterday. Threw a high all the way up to 240s. Now is at 218. So it's got this huge gap right here. Big old gap. Has a top side up here to maybe $5. That's what I'm seeing on these tips. So we'll see what that does. That's daily level. All right. So we got the daily level there. It also has a small gap in here between 523 and this 406. So edit and see about that daily. Okay. So 523, 406. Now let's jump down. So we got the what I think are obvious levels there. KTLO just doesn't have any obvious levels, so I'm not sure about that one. I think I'm going to end up taking that one off of the watch. I'm stuck with MEGL. I'm stuck with EVGN and MGNX. So let's look at these 15-minute charts. Oops, 15 minutes. See what we can see that's obvious. So starting with MEGL, leading in volume. We have on the 15-minute, these are our daily levels, 305, 218. We had a little bit of issue here at 350 on the 15 minute. Okay. And then we had a high up there of $4, but that's just a wick, so I'm not sure about that. I'm just looking at the bodies right now. Down here, popped off of that 285, but no bodies down there, so I don't know how concrete that is either. We'll just have to see. So we see definite issues at the 350 though. Let's jump to EVGN. EVGN on the 15-minute came up here to the 310-ish level. 310s. Edit 15-minute. Okay. So definitely some problems up there. Okay, so now let's go through MGNX. 15-minute issues around $2. We'll see if it flashes. I'm gonna let this 15-minute close. It has about 6 minutes left. Not sure. These top and tail wicks are definitely not looking like a lot of strength, but we never know what it's gonna do. Just give it time to prove itself a little bit at least. And let's go ahead and go to MEGL, go down to the 5-minute. Anything obvious? So again, came down here and bottled around this 305 level. Anything else obvious down here? Not super obvious, so not sure about all of that. Let's jump over to EVGN. EVGN coming down to the 5 minutes, so a little bit of a pullback, but nothing super obvious. Let's jump to the 1 minute and see if we can start spotting trends. 1 minute on MEGL. Okay. So where would a trend be? We had a stop point right here. Could be a possible trend. Let's see how these end up holding up. Let's see, EVGN, possible trend. See how that ends up holding. MGNX, come on over here, boy. All right, there we go. 180 up to right at the $2. That's a pretty steep trend if it can hold it up. But it may be a grinder. I don't know. It's just huddling around that $2 right now. So I'll see how these hold up. But what I'm doing with these trends, I want to see the most easily visible thing that I can see here. So like something that I can just see, just flipping to the chart and looking. and seeing, okay, is this something that people would see right when they open the chart? If it is, let's see if it holds up. If it can't, we'll break it down and retry. EVGN there. With 15 million shares traded, it's slowly catching up with MEGL. Both of them have almost 140 on the board, 140% up. MEGL though, coming down and tapping. So that's a daily level at 305 that is trying to break down there. That's the level it's struggling with. And then are you close to any levels? Not really. So EVGN not really close yet. EVGN is that Israeli stock, so we kind of expecting it to be a little bit of a chop factory. So buying breakouts may not be the best strategy for it. As you can see, it dipped. So it dipped double bottomed here at 243. Gave a pretty nice move off of that, but yeah, buying breakouts just ain't it. Not it today. Another top and tail wick on EVGN. Up to the 298, so the $3 is definitely becoming some type of issue up here. Ooh, look at that wick through there. Okay. So right on what looks like some type of trend. Let's see if it can get on down here towards that 291. 15 seconds left on this candle. Can it start to break down? I mean, it threw a wick through it, but can it get a body under this trend? Almost 30 million shares traded on it. I think MGNX is a little cheap for my liking. It's just looking a little bit too dreadful. A little bit too dreadful. I would like for it to get on up. Move on up. All right, EVGN threw a little wick down there again, forming something above this previous level of 231. Okay. But not quite a dip again. Just kind of throwing wicks in both directions. Now EVGN has a larger percent gain than MEGL, but the volume just needs to come in. MEGL right here on that trend that we thought we saw. Trying to see if it's going to go ahead and break down and give way to EVGN. Very wicky stock in here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take MGNX off. I'm gonna be looking for something else to come up. That'll be a good challenge for these two. MEGL and EVGN. China and Israeli stocks leading the day. Anyway, if you guys are seeing anything else on your scans, definitely throw it in. We will take a look. Take a look. All right, opening up under this this what we thought was an uptrend, and now treating this daily level as looks like it's starting to treat it as resistance, but we'll have to see about that. And this one just not close to any levels. Yeah. Closing down this range. Looks like it's stair stepping down too. Came up here, double top 293, tried to shoot past it, and just has been on a walk down mode. So let's see if it breaks down this trend. There goes MEGL. Is it going to break to a lower low, break below 290 here? Point of control is at 278, right above that 275 level. All right, so let's take a little break from this chop factory and let's go over here and look at what's on the front page news. All right, so labor market is creating new jobs, but maybe not yours. Beneath the resilience in the U.S. labor market are brewing changes that are making economists nervous. Okay. Let's see. Apple iPad is about to get a touch more useful or get much more useful. Trade talks restart after Trump said China's not easy. Freeport CEO tariffs threaten to hurt U.S. copper mining. Right, so steel tariffs in the news. Reddit versus Anthropic. The AI scraping war or scrapping war is heating up again. Small businesses turn upbeat, but Trump mega bill feeds uncertainty. China taps 1.5 trillion fund to salvage its housing sector. All right. Netflix to invest over 1.14 billion in Spain until 2019. That's okay. So that's how many years is that? 4 years. Okay. Well, you know, it's like 250,000 a year. Let's see. FanDuel to add first surcharge to customer bets in Illinois. Wow. They said they're gonna make their money some type of way. Google in Mexico faces major potential fine as antitrust ruling nears. Brown and Brown signs a $9.8 billion deal for rival broker accession risk. Accession, okay. UBS declines as analyst warn capital rules. Okay, do we have anything else that's bigger? Nope. Let's go to, well, I know the crypto market's doing okay. I saw crypto coming back up. So let's jump over to Trading View. Let me make sure it's on that screen. Yeah, Trading View. So Bitcoin jumped all the way back up to 100 and almost 110. So it's looking like it's about to exit this trading zone between here. So I've already got my fills and everything, but it's definitely looking like it's about to crease the crown. But you know, at this point, it's like it is what it is. Let it do its thing, man. Back over here to EVGN, still walking down. Still walking down. And let's go look at the other one, MEGL. MEGL. So this was our imaginary trend line that we drew. And it has broken down that imaginary trend line. And we don't know where a bottom is now. So now it's got to form some type of consolidation to start a new trend. But at this point, it's got a daily level down here at 218. And it's looking like it's going on down. Looking like it wants to take a little break. All right, let's go back up here. So EVGN is still holding this 130%, but the breakouts on this are suicide. You cannot, you can't do that, man. These breakouts jumping up here from what, almost a 30-cent breakout and then snatching you back in. That's a trap, man. That's a trap. You gotta buy the lows on this one. Got to figure out where. Okay, so it's did a low here at 232, 240, 247. So something in the 40s is holding this thing up. What if this 240 breaks down though? Where is it going to fall to? There's no obvious levels for it to fall to. Now it's coming up and double topping. All right. Point of control still at 263. And MEGL is coming up as well. Both of them are getting a little touch here. All right, so maybe we got a new trend starting here. So we'll go ahead and put that on out there. See how that's doing. But that daily level is definitely causing it some pain there. Let's go back to EVGN. Will it come back under 268? Look at the 5-minute on this. Look how indecisive this looks. Okay, so we came down, we tapped, we did a full engulfing candle and failed. Came down, do another full engulfing candle. Are we gonna fail again? Are these not engulfing candles? Throwing up a little bit of a wick there. Yeah, this is looking like a lot of consolidation on the 5-minute. Let's go to the 15. 15 minutes, still trading within the previous candle here. So no engulfing candle on that one. That's cool. Well, pre-market for this one, gonna be a waiting game, I guess. Maybe something will pop up and challenge both of these, but with both of these having 100% up, shorts are gonna be heavy-handed on these. Okay, so that daily level, the 305, still holding it down. And we're just waiting for it to invalidate this 326 by breaking down this next level. And that 326 will be out of there. So this is another failure under the 295 $3 level. EVGN, 10 million shares to catch MEGL at 31 million, but that volume is slowing down. And MVGN is definitely getting some love from either the shorts or the longs. I don't know who's the majority there, but we're continuing to walk down on MEGL towards this previous level under the 3 daily level. Got room all the way to the 218s. If it continues down like this. This thing is really punishing the folks that do the one break of the first 1 minute. This thing is kind of brutal. It'll stop you out so quick. So again, issues right there at the 280s. Is it gonna dive? Is it gonna make a new low here under 275? Point of control just moved up to 279. Let's see if it starts trading under that point of control. Little breakout. Can we see that snatch back? Snatch back under 275. $275. Only problem is this is Israeli stock, and I know multiple traders, they already know how these trade. And if they are trading it, they're so scary with large size, like 20,000, 30,000 shares, they're in and out, that you can kind of get caught in the middle of the circus. You know what I mean? Like the big traders, they're getting in and out. I mean, seconds in these trades because they know they'll snatch back. And if you get caught with a bad feel, you're just, out in the rain. Back under 3 isn't going to be looking hot. 6 cents away. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. And this one's completely slowed down. We can see the size of the candles just shrinking with each and every minute. 284, 294, so about 10 cents on each candle. And it's looking downward as well. Small breakout. So it's going to be a big fail. It's going to be a big fail to break out here. Yeah. This point, it's just, protecting your capital, because unless you have like a direct access broker, you're going to be behind on these trades when they make these moves and people start dumping. What I want to know is $3 this little, what looks like a double? Actually, let's go look at the 5-minute. So came right back up here for what looks like a double top. And has the point of control down here to 267 still. 15-minute. Yeah, this looks like a big consolidation pool right here. Yep. Coming up to that level. Coming back under 3. Not looking super appetizing for sure. Let's look back at the 1 minute. It's got this level down here at 240s, 250s, waiting on it to fall. Haven't seen any competition come up that could challenge these two with Catalyst. So maybe during intraday something will pop off and come and give these a run for their money. Yesterday, it was like right before the open, that one that I traded popped up, like 30 minutes before. I was like, man, well, it is what it is. Have to make that green though. Sometimes I don't even have time to be doing all the typing and texting or whatnot. I do update in Discord for sure, what I'm looking at and things like that, but sometimes it just happens so quick. I'm like, bruh, I'm in, you know, I am in. 275 is getting hit pretty heavily there. MEGL. So both of them around the same price. We're getting a tap down here on MEGL. Right at this 275 level, right where that point of control is. Very heavy there. We got GELS just popped in. GELS. GELS. What is your news? GTEL expands U.S. operations with Healthy Extracts Inc. As North American fulfillment. Okay, so we got news on it. It's $2.79. GEL. Okay, so where's this based out of? Let's go look at that. GELS. Looking like based out of Australia. Okay, Gel Tech Limited focuses on developing, testing, and commercializing white label gel-based delivery solutions for humans and animals in Asian or Asia Pacific region. It offers edible gels for prescription drugs, nutraceuticals, pet care, and other products, as well as for sports and over-the-counter products. Gel Tech Limited was incorporated in 2017 and is headquartered in Caulfield, Australia. Okay. My wife said, give me 1 second, I gotta use the restroom. All right. So, what was I? Geotech, blah, 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 Australia company. Okay, so let's see, Geotech company, blah, blah, blah. The agreement names Healthy Extracts as Geotech's exclusive North American storage shipping. Okay. This fulfillment partnership, Healthy, blah, blah, blah. Exclusive fulfillment and logistics partnership, Healthy Extracts. Okay. Well, it's definitely a mover. Let's see, we'll have to see what a pullback. Maybe this one will be a how many shares does it have? 7 million, 7.8 million. Up 65%. And it came from down here $2. I'll wait to see. I haven't really traded a whole lot of stuff from Australia. I don't know how it trades. But we definitely got a bottom down here, $2. So we'll see if it can range out. Point of control at 272. When did this hit? 645 is when it started making its way out of here. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for a dip. It's up 64%. If it were to come all the way back down here, it'd be like up. Maybe I really don't want it to become a 20% struggler. But we'll see. Does have news on the day, so I definitely keep it on watch. Let me put that up there. So the top three for the day is MEGL, EVGN, and GELS. That we will keep on watch. All right, so let's jump out here to the daily chart on this one. See if there's any obvious places that it can go. So closed yesterday at 170. It's trading around, well, it came up to 316 just then, but an obvious level is what we're looking for. So let's doesn't have a whole lot of history. Started trading in 2024. Looks like October 2024. And let's see, 280s right here. 280 little drop top there. Could be something interesting for it to try to hold. Lower than that, let's see, $2. I really don't want to see it back down under 2. So other than the 280, it's kind of hard to see anything here. All right. Jump back over here. Gel's making its way up. No rush though. Waiting for a dip. Previous dip dipped into the 225 level. So we almost have 3 over 100%. This one's just now reaching 10 million shares traded. This is the only obvious point I saw on the day. Oh, I need to mark that as a daily level. Daily there. It's around at 288 was the only point that I was like, oh, okay, that might be something. But other than that, I didn't see anything that's super obvious on that chart. So if it can come down and maybe test around that 280 or something, you know, maybe there'll be something there. EVGN still looking like it's walking down. Hasn't quite broken down yet. Same with MEGL. No big breaks. This was a nice move though, from 289 all the way up here to the 335s. Yeah. But it is what it is. Health supplements and okay. Okay, is this 288 going to become some type of resistance? MEGL making lower lows there. EVGN it's come down a couple of times, but I'm just not trusting those two. Want something else to give them a run for their money. And I don't know if Jails is going to be able to do it. Jails throwing some wicks down towards that 280 level. Right down there to it. Can he get through it though? Right down to that 280 level. About a 20% or 20 cent pop back up there. Wow. Wow, that was a trap. Gee whiz. No way it's gonna break down 280, right? Yeah, that's definitely looks like some 1 minute destruction. Let me go look on the 5 minute looking drastic. 15 minute. So we got our daily level, so we need to start looking for 15. So this is the $3 is the first 15 minute, but this candle hasn't closed yet, so it could just pop back up green. I'm gonna give it some time. Well, back to the 288, say goes. Let's go back up to the 15 and go ahead and mark that up as a problem area. 15 minute in there. So we got a 15, we got a daily that it just hit. Let's see where it wants to go down to. Jump back over to the 1 minute. 1 minute. All right. So yeah. Had a little spinning top into some dissension. What was that? Not seeing it. Let me refresh and see if I see anything there. Something just popped up. Nope, Nothing. All right, so yeah, we're looking at the top three, which are definitely some chop factories. EVGN still holding up here after coming up 1, 2, 3 times, still holding up. MEGL still grinding down. All right. Five-minute and the 15-minute big red candles. So not worried about this little green on the 1 minute. 5 minute and 15 are telling me a different story. So yeah, that's the 5 and that's the 15. MEGL under 100% now. So it has disqualified this trend here. And now, did it break this bottom? No, not yet. This bottom is 235, but definitely not looking the best. Daily down here to 218. Still got room to go down. All right, Gels, what you working on? What you working on, Gels? 58%. Previous bottom of the 263. Is it going to have to go all the way to the 250s to figure out what it wants to do? A little bit of volume came in at the very end of that. Let's see if it cracks down. Only 15 cents away from that 250. Small little break. 260s, 10 cents away from 250. Very, very, very heavy pullback there. All right. 250s. Right down here, 250 level coming in. What is going to be a reaction there? So this is a double bottom at 250. Some people catching. We'll see if they're catching a falling knife or what. We definitely know it's got about 30 cents back up here to the 288. Only issue is it made a little bit. Well, that's a double bottom. We didn't go lower than that. Now it's going lower. All right. So now it's up 48%. And MEGL is under 100%. It's like, no way this thing keeps going down, right? %. So 250s starting to get some buyers around 250, but it's not over with yet. That little pop-up was what, 5 cents? So now all of these leaders are around the same price, around 250. So you got 3 to choose from that are around 250, which is insane. All of them getting held up at 250. Let you come on back down, big boy. Show us that downwards move. You ain't done. See that 255. $256. Show us a little bit more. It's 255s. Yeah, so our leaders on the day are looking kind of weak coming out of pre-market for sure. We identified obvious daily levels. Those obvious daily levels kind of got broken down big. It wasn't like they popped at 288 or whatnot. Popped a little bit, but big failures. Not able to consolidate around them at all. MEGL under 250. EVGN under 250. So yeah, I'm gonna give it time, man. This one's got 18 million shares traded on it. Maybe some type of popper later on in the day, but right now, just trying to find its wits. Now let's see if we can identify any other levels here. So let's jump back over to the 15. Woo! 15 still looking real questionable. Go back, jump to the 5. 5 minutes. So we got what looks like some type of trend here, but we'll see how it holds at 250. So we'll go here. Oops, wrong one. Trend. So we'll see if it continues to hold some type of trend or if this becomes support, resistance, or whatever. And we also have a little less steep one going through here. All right. So it's back to this area right here that it previously had a little knockdown at the 275s. Let's see if it gets that same rejection here. $272. Let's see if the shorts hit it at 275. 276. All right. Where's the slap? Where's the slap of the wrist? Boom. There's a little bit of slap in there. Looking for it to fail back into this level here of the 270s. Okay. Uh, 272, South 269 there real quick. Okay. So we got this imaginary trend line here that we're trying to see what it's going to do. Validate or invalidate. Coming down to it quite quickly. Has room all the way down to this next one on 225s. Since we don't have any obvious daily levels, it's kind of hard to judge it right here. All right, giving a little tap. KLTO pop back in. Let's see, KLTO, what you looking like over here, big boy? Grind it all the way back up there. Might be a grinder on the day, up 51%. It's up the same as jails. Okay. It is a little bit higher float though than jails. And right now it's basically just capital preservation, looking for something good, looking for something obvious to stick your money in. And right now, these are showing us that false or breakouts today are death. Showing us continuous patterns of that. So if you're gonna buy, you might as well look to buy it as low as possible. Size in slow. MEGL came down here. Let's see what this looks like. Is this a lower? It's right on it. Okay. Almost like a double bottom, but still has not reclaimed any kind of uptrend. Could just consolidate here at 112%. Gels falling through that imaginary uptrend. We got room down here to the 227s. We'll see how that goes. Up 45%. MEGL coming up here to this previous, what we thought was a trend. Is it going to bump its head there though? KLTO going on back down by its business, so that's cool. That one looking kind of like it wants to dump here. Has a previous low of 225s that is trying its best to stay above. 41 MEGL catching up with EVGN now, about to surpass it in volume. EVGN may end up dying off here if it gets surpassed. All right, Jails, what you looking like? 250. Are you gonna break this bottom? Yep. So continue to walk down below this previous level. I don't want to invalidate it yet. I'm gonna leave it there. So this previous imaginary uptrend looks like it became some type of resistance here on MEGL. We'll see how far that goes down. Still has room down here to the 218 if it wants to consolidate. This one did do a quick breakdown to 223, double bottom. So there are no uptrends at this point. It's just something that it can hit its head up here on at 250. All right, 241. We done quite a bit of a pullback in jails. Five minutes. Can it get under the 239s? We've seen this thing nice and red downward. Taking its sweet time though. 240 is getting bumped repeatedly. This would be a higher low though. So let's see if it starts to get over that 44. Boy. Still looking at this volume though. EVGN, they're up over half the volume of jails. 40 million shares. I want to see them fall first. I need them to splat. EVGN and MEGL just splat into the ground. And then I'd be like, okay, well, maybe jails is the last thing left on the menu. But they are not splatting. All right, EVGN coming up to the imaginary line. Let's see if it stops there at around 260. Get a little tap. Yep, there 260. Okay. Got 30 seconds. So you tap that little imaginary line. Let's see if you find resistance here. A little bit of resistance off of that level. Can it continue to hold it though? This candle still has like 15 seconds left. This will be a second time we've seen a little splashdown off the 250s on these things. New candle, so yeah, we got a test and what looks like a little bit of resistance there. Can it get through it? Same, pretty much the same thing we saw in the other one. 260. Is it gonna break this bottom of 249 is the question. Let me zoom through the other ones real quick. So same thing we saw here. All right. It's like we're getting a little bit of consolidation here. We got down to a low of 237. Only up 41% there. So we are seeing patterns across these different tickers trading the same on today. Same failures. Yep. All right. All right, big boy. You ready to pop out of here? What is this? This is a higher low. 236 would be the out. 236 would be the out, huh? We could try it back to 250s. Let me let this candle close real quick. 236. Let's see if you're gonna break down, buddy. You did 3 very, very close candles here. Very small. What's the range on these? 36 up to 45, so about 10 cents. Don't know if I'm willing to do that one. About 10 cents on these little candles. Then you got a bottom down here, 236. Yeah, I want to see this thing go down. All right, so we're starting to see something on EVGN, some consolidation between these levels of 260 and 223. So let's see if that makes sense on the 5-minute. 260. Yeah. About the 15-minute. 15-minute, yep. Okay. All right, so we're back in here. So a move over this 243. Can we start moving up off of that? But we've seen that breakouts are killing. So I don't know if I want to take that with the patterns that we've seen already on today. Coming down to our secondary imaginary line. So another try down. I'm going to kill this, remove this. Open up a new level right there. Yeah, all right. Let's see if it'll break down to 30s. Only up 37% now, so I'm gonna keep my eyes up here on things that are higher until they fall. Yep. All right. Well, pre-market today was a little bit dry compared to yesterday, but I took profit on yesterday, so I'm looking for a specific setup, specific type of urgency and catalyst, and just not seeing it today. What I am seeing is failed breakouts. So maybe one or two or maybe work today, but from the pattern, they'll be outliers. Coming on back up. Can you actually do something here, or are you just playing? I think I'm gonna pop in with some small share size just to see if we can get a pop up. And the bottom will be 32, so I'll be out at the 32. Letting this candle close. See if we can maybe get over this 45 and go retest 250. Giving it some time though. It's slightly holding this uptrend. Maybe like 8-cent risk down here. Come on, right down to that 238 again, huh? Maybe I just need to wait, man. I think I'm getting impatient. Just wanting to take a trade. I think I may need to, oh boy, what did I just do? Just deleted my, where'd it go? Jails. Yeah, and then these are coming back up in the background, EVGN and the MEGL. So I'm just not sure at this point. Came up here to the 260 before, found some pretty heavy resistance, starting some type of new uptrend that is going to have to invalidate. So I'm just not sure, and it's the only one still over 120 something percent. This one has a small uptrend as well. Man, I might just need to wait. That's what I think I'm going for, is just wait. EVGN. Can you invalidate it? Can you start coming back under the 240s? Now I don't want to trade MEGL because it's Chinese and it could really get super crazy. And then EVGN is the Israeli stock that can also, those two just kind of treat me bad. So I don't like those. EVGN cracking down. They treat me real bad. Yeah, makes sense. All right, let me that one. Those can just fail, man. Got a small little new uptrend in here. Okay. We will there. Okay, I'm wondering, can this one get up back over this level of the 240s? It keeps trying. And then I could risk down here to the 32. Ah, boy. Yeah. I don't know. This is just mind games. I think I just need to walk away and take a break for a minute. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do because I gotta drive over to my other office anyway. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a break and let my mind rest during the drive over, and maybe we'll find something better once I get there. But yeah, this is, I don't want to risk. I don't want to risk on this with the way they're slamming. I'm good. I'm good. I start the week green. The month is green. We are grateful. So that's how I'm gonna stay. Anyway, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm about to get ready to get on down. If you guys are gonna continue trading, definitely keep your head on a swivel. You know, if you need to take a walk, just take a walk, man. Because it's better to take a walk and not take a trade than, because there's always gonna be more opportunity. But if you're questioning, might as well just take a walk, man. Just take a walk. Anyway, that is it for me today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. I'll continue to watch. I'm watching for these two, EVGN and MEGL to fall. That's the main thing I want to see. But other than that, you know, it is what it is. All right, that's enough of that. All right, y'all. Well, I will see you guys in the next one. Pre-market tomorrow. We'll be ready to go. If I take any trades, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.